Around the world.
Okay guys, here we go. What we're about to do right now is a simple pocket and locking routine. First, we're gonna step 1 and 2. Boom. So lock the arm. Lock, drop, lock, drop, lock, drop. Alright? So let's take it from the top.
Like that. It is nice and isolated too. Right? Okay. stretch your arms, you can do our popping drill. Go. 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Here, 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 here. 5, 6, hold on to your back. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax for 8. Hi class, how are we doing? Good, hanging in there? Yeah, I can't see anything. Did we do anything fun or exciting this week? I guess since last time I saw you, I did. No? Yeah, did we do anything funny? Fun or exciting or funny? No? You were, yeah, okay, that's fair. I didn't do anything fun or exciting, I did. A boring week. Real boring week, but that's okay. We're here now. So, as far as popping goes, just kind of jumping straight into it. What styles have we covered? We're in week 3 of popping. Okay? What styles have we covered? Do you remember? It's okay if you don't know the name. What moves have we done? Squeezing? Okay, so just the contraction itself, the pop. Right? Yes! Good job, yeah. So, the Fresno. Fresno is interesting because it is both a style and a move. Good job. Yeah. So, it is both a style and a move. The Fresno basic in itself is just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. That is just the Fresno. What's unique about the Fresno move is that it follows the 2 counts, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. As long as we follow that same timing, we can go anywhere we want and still be in Fresno style. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? So, good job. Stacking as well is more of our footwork steps. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is distinguished from house is like how you approach this move. House you have more of a jacket to it. Right? Kind of that bend at the hips, right? Your heel comes forward, your toes come up, you have this sway with you, this is house, right? Popping, stacking, you want to roll through the foot almost like you're a robot, right? Almost as if you're like not really moving at all, kind of like gliding, okay? Good, what else? What else did we cover? Do you remember from week 1? So we talked about Fresno, we talked about stacking. You know what this style is? Boogaloo. Yes. Boogaloo is interesting because one, not only did Boogaloo stand kind of created, the creator of popping, but Boogaloo is unique in its rolls. Right? So anything very rolly is very Boogaloo style. Along with a bunch of other things, right? The snaking and stuff like that. Cool. Yes. I think that's it. I didn't thought it was really covered. We understand. Do we understand the difference between a hit and a pop? So, what are our 4 major muscle groups in our body? Head, chest, arms, and legs. Yes, good. Those are our 4 major muscle groups. If we use just one, would that be considered a hit or a pop? A hit, yes. When we're using all 4, that would be considered a pop. Okay? Utilizing all 4 major muscle groups. So, and it can be used for different things. Ticking is very common. Ticking or shrugging, or dime stops, they're all very common, right? But they would only use like one muscle power. Right? That would be ticking, in a sense. Yeah, so just depending on what you want to do, what message you want to portray, that is what you do. So it's kind of like you have this like, nice little tool belt, and you're building your tools, right? You're earning your tools, essentially. So today we're going over weighting. Okay. Hi. Hello. This is a weight, right? This is not the way we're going to be learning today. Okay. The way we're going to be learning today is that right there. Okay. So very intimidating maybe at first, but we've already started learning it. So we're going to break it down as much as possible, and we're just going to play with it. Okay. So arms up. We have our different joints that I was explaining, right? So we have our wrist, bone. Right? That is 1. Then you have your elbow. Then your shoulder. Your chest. And then it transfers over to the other side of your body. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then uncurl those fingers. Boom. Yeah. So, A key that I want you guys to already start thinking about is the trick to a wave, a very clean wave, is a fixed point, right? So if you do your wave, you don't want to drop it, right? Because then you lose the effect, right? So what you want to do is you want to keep everything as still as possible while replacing it, right? So if this is where my wrist is, right, and then you have your elbow, you want everything to kind of go back to where it was instead of dropping, right? Can you guys see the difference a little bit? So, let's go over. So, here, we're going 6, 7, 8, wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. The other side, 6, 7, wrist, elbow, shoulders, chest, shoulder, elbows, wrist, fingers. It's very hard to say and do. It's on one of these things. Good. Let's go again. 6, 7, 8. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any questions on like the placement of your body? No. Can we just put on music and just kind of like drill this? Yeah? Okay, let's do that. water? Do you guys want any water? Okay, cool. So, one thing that I want you guys, are you guys doing okay?
So you're doing just fast with the flow, right? So when you're doing step by step, it's like 1, like 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so this right here is just showing the different body parts and the positions that you're accenting in the weight. But if you blend it all together,
Okay.
that's what it looks like. Okay? And then I wanted you to get used to this up and down motion with the fingers, right? Which is why we were kind of curling the fingers as we went along. So, does that make sense? Yeah? It's gonna take practice, okay? Don't worry about it, it's gonna take practice. Santi, are you doing okay? Yeah? Kind of? That's okay, alright, cool.
I mean, the theory makes sense.
The theory makes sense, okay. As long as you can like go home and practice, I'm good with that. But if you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how my arms move that way, you know? Then ask questions. But if it's like kind of there and you just need to practice, I'm okay with that. Okay? Melissa, how are you doing? You doing okay?
I was fine until the hit the chest. I was like,
Yes. So, just another way that you can approach the wave, right? You can break it down kind of into dime stops. You can accent it even on like the quicker beats. A lot of notes in like funk music are like those hi-hats. Right? Or if you want to break it down even harder for the basses, you can hit that. You know what I mean? So just practicing different approaches that you can take with it. Cool. So now that we have this down, I want to stay here. Are we going to do the same kind of concept with the hold, relax? I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can we try that? Yeah? I'll call it out as we go, okay? I'll call it out as we go.
My eyes learned, but an arm
oh, these aren't connecting.
Coordination, we don't know her.
Let's go.
The quicker you go, the smaller the movement. Right? So, you don't, when we have 8 counts, right? We have all this room to move, right? It's like, just like, speaking of time, you know what I mean? Like we have enough time in our 8 count to fill all that movement, right? When it's 2 counts, we don't have all that time to fill the movement. So we cut it down, right? So it's good to practice the 8 to understand how it's transferring through each of these positions, right? But the quicker you go, the smaller it's gonna get, okay? So don't try to fit in 2 counts, right? It's not gonna be very, very successful, right? The first go around at least. But yeah, just remember the quicker you go, the smaller the movement. And visually, like the smaller the movement, the more, I guess, animated it looks, right? Because the smaller you are with the movement, it creates more work, right? So, yes, practice that, okay? I did have choreo, but I don't want to throw that into you guys in like 14 minutes, okay? I'm not going to do that. So, we're going to explore, okay? I want you guys to take the weight, and I want you to start exploring different parts of your body, okay? I'm going to put on music, I'm going to like lead you be, okay? I want you to like find different positions to maybe even start in, right? I don't know, it could be this, right? And if you want, you know, like find a different way to create those waves, okay? Take your time, feel everything through the body. I'll come around to help, okay? And if you're here the whole time, I'm good with that too, okay? Do we have any questions before we get started? If we feel moderately okay with this, after a couple minutes or so, we'll probably end class early, okay? Well, okay, that's so nice. Okay, I'll put on some music, start exploring. Alright, if you want to face away from the mirror, face towards the mirror, whatever you want to do. Okay. How are we doing? Challenging? Yeah, kind of complicated, right? Waving is very complicated. It's gonna take a lot of practice, okay? And don't expect you guys to be master wavers by the end of this 1 hour, okay? That's 50 something minutes that we're here. You know what I mean? As long as you guys understand the concept as to what it's supposed to look like, I'm cool with that. You know? Do we have any questions? Major, minor, anything like that? Any major questions, any minor questions?
So
What's up?
when you practice, do you suggest start from like one to like a slow one and then go faster, or you just follow your
No, practice the steps.
practice step?
Yeah, practice the steps. And one thing that's very, very important is to, in your head, create a point A and a point B,
Okay.
right? So, excuse me, for our exercise, point A was this finger over here,
Mm-hmm.
right? Our fingertips over here. Point B was our fingertips over here, okay? We created the wave from point A to point B,
Okay.
right? If I were to have point A be my fingertips up here, point B be my hip, right? So, in your head, when you're waving, create a point A and a point B and figure out how you want to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you get a point A, point B being in the exact same spot. Right? So, practice those steps. The easier these become, the more natural it's going to flow. Okay? It becomes that muscle memory. You won't have to break it down. You won't even have to think about it eventually. Okay? And then, like I said, for you, Sherry, especially, focus on curling those fingers. Right? Because you could have a really good wave, but it cuts off right here.
Okay.
Right? So, our fingers are fortunately very like they have a lot of dexterity to them, right? You can move them a lot of different ways. So use them, right? Same with your toes, same with everything like that. Cool. Any other questions? No. I think that. You got what time is it?
9:23.
23? Okay. If we have no questions, you guys are pretty good. Okay? Thumbs up. Next week is week number 4. We are on our last week of popping. Okay? I'm just going to do choreo next week. Okay? So come ready. We're going to be utilizing all the different styles of popping that we've been doing. We're just going to get down, and then the following week after that is house. We'll start our next module. Okay? Alright? And up. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions about waving or any of the other styles, please feel free to let me know. I am always here as a resource for you.